The promises that you are expecting are about to show up like Instacart. And let me tell you what I mean. And so this morning I was laying down and, God just dropped it in my spirit. And he told me to, talk about this today. And so everybody know Instacart, right? You order the food. Sometimes they be having them BOGO deals. I absolutely love Instacart. And so it tells you, when someone's picking it up, what time to expect it and everything. And so one day, running out of food and went to Instacart, right? Got my food. And so it told me, okay, your order is going to be delivered at 5:30 p.m. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's 4:15 p.m. I'm good. Let me go and busy my hands. And so got my laundry done, started cleaning up the kitchen and stuff like that. Looked at the time, right? Wasn't worried. Looked at the time. As a matter of fact, I was excited. And so looked at the time and it was about 5 o'clock. And so I was like, you know what, let me check on it. Cause you know how sometimes we check in with God with our promises. God, is it still coming? Or, we do all those things. We're still excited. We're not worried about a thing because we looked at it and it said it was going to be here by 5:30. I hope you're sticking with me. And so looked at it and it was saying that somebody was finna shop for it. So I'm like, yeah, this finna be good. And so 5:30 rolls around and I'm like, okay, where's my order? And that's when that worry start coming in, right? And that's when, I started getting a little bit angry. Sometimes we get angry at God when the promises that he has told us don't show up the way we expect them to show up. And so we stop being excited. We stop, living our lives with purpose, and stuff like that. And we start to focus on when the promise is going to come. And so I looked at the thing. It said another person picked up the order and finished shop for it. Sometimes God has to change the process. Sometimes God has to change the messenger that's going to drop off your promise to you. Come on now. Sometimes God has to change the process because you never know. Okay? You never know what's going on behind the scenes. That's why we gotta trust. The app never said that it wasn't coming at all. God said, he never said that your promise wasn't coming at all. It was just, he had to cause that delay because there was something else going on behind the scenes. Maybe he needed you to get to this certain level of character. Maybe if, you wasn't ready for it just quite yet, he had to get rid of that thing on the inside of you. He had to get rid of something else, and stuff like that to ensure that when that package came, when it came the way that it did, that it would be the best for you. And so, I started to get a little bit angry and I was like, you know what? It's okay. It never said that it wasn't arriving. So now the time says 6:30. And so I was like, okay. So I started busying my hands again. Sometimes when you're waiting on that promise to come, you have to start living your life. You have to start living your life. If God told you to do a certain thing, go and do it and be obedient. Start, going to work. Go to work. Go hang out with your friends. Go have fun until, that promise shows up at your door. And so 6:30 rolls around, right? And I didn't completely forgot about it. See, sometimes you got to forget about it. And God gonna show up so quick. And so I forgot about it, right? And I heard a knock at the door. And I'm like, who's knocking at my door? Because I legit forgot about that. The Instacart thing was coming, right? Because I was so focused on other things, right? And so Opened the door, there was my groceries right there. And I was like, okay. And I started to get excited again because I wasn't focused on that. The minute that I took my eyes off of the promise, that's when it showed up. And that's how a lot of y'all need to do today. Stop so much is focusing on the promise and let God surprise you. Let God knock on your door and it be right there. Let him do it. He wants to, he loves to see that excitement on his children. Okay. He loves to surprise his children. So let him do it. And so I went on about my day and I got my groceries and I put them up and I was happy. I was happy. But I say all that to say is, God wanted me to let you know that your promises are about to show up like Instacart. Okay? Your promises are about to show up like Instacart. Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about if it's another delay. Don't worry about if he has to change the process or the messenger. He never said it wasn't going to come. He never said it wasn't going to come. Okay, like when you pay for the order, right? It has to show up or they have to give you your money back. You put in the time. You did what you needed to do. You was being obedient. You made sure that you prayed. You made sure that you did these things. You put in your money. You put in your time. It's going to show up.